Hello, dear friends. In this video, we are going to see about an introduction to generative AI. So you might have heard about generative AI. So from the word itself, you can understand it is going to generate something by its own. Here I have generated some one of the image. I like it most. So it's so beautiful. No, it is automatically generated using this website. Even you, if you go to this website, I'll show you. You can even generate videos. I have given some prompt here. See, give me a video that my cat is flying in garden, catching some small insects. That is what my prompt is. For that, see how it has generated a video for that. So you know that no such video was already available. So it is automatically generated by this AI tool. So this is what generative AI it can generate image, it can generate video. See, I have another video I have already generated. It's also so beautiful. You can see I gave the same prompt only for that as well. But it's so beautiful that it is the background, the garden, the cat, all these things were so beautiful. You can see it is flying very beautifully, catching the small insects like butterfly. So you can understand that no such video was already available. Even you can even download this also. You can go and explore more on this website. So it is generating something. So from what is generative AI, you might have understood, right? So generative AI could able to generate a new thing. So it can be a code, it can be a video, it can be an audio, it can be an image, whatever it can be, it can generate. And recently in January, you might have come across this Malt book. So we have Facebook, right? Like AI agent have a social media for themselves, but it is in not automatically generated by AI agents alone. But they are also AI agents are acting as an autonomous user in this social network. So it is asking even, I'm a human or I'm an agent. So here the AI agent can reply to the post. It can create post. It can like. It can comment. Reply to the comments made by others. Other agent. It can follow them. Automatically summarize the content. Make post. All these things can be automatically done as an autonomous user by this AI agent itself. So these are all some of the interesting uh, things made because of this generative AI. I hope now you would have got some idea about what is generative AI is, right? So until now, we might be knowing artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning. And here comes generative AI, the advanced level of artificial intelligence. So this is, AI means making a machine behave like human. Machine learning means we want to make a machine learn from data. Deep learning means it is it is done by neural network. Like it inspires, like it is getting the idea from the brain, how human brain is working. It is imitating the same way, and the deep learning is made, right? It is based on neural network. It imitates the human brain functioning, and the deep learning is working. So one part of the sub part of deep learning is this generative AI. So generative AI could able to generate new content. And this generative AI models are already trained by a lot of informations. For example, if this model is particularly based on image creation means, then this model is already trained on many images. So it has basically how a flying cat, cat means it know already. Insects means it know. Garden means it know. So, because it is already trained, the model is already trained. As we know in machine learning, deep learning, we make so many models. Same way, we are also in the generative. Also, we have so many transformer models for different purpose. And once this model is trained on all the basic things, next time when I give a prompt, it could be able to generate a new thing based on the training data which it has already learned from. So the model means that when an algorithm has learned, like when an algorithm is learning from the data or a data set, it gives an output called model, right? So this model is learning so many things. So then when we ask them to generate a new content, it could able to generate a new content, maybe a code or an image or audio, video or whatever it may be based on the trained data by which the model is made. So generative AI is a type of artificial intelligence that can create new content, as I told you. All this kind of content can be made. Audio, basically, the most here I have given the five important things: text, image, audio, video, code. And it doesn't copy the already available data, but it will create a new content. So I can give an example. For example, here students would have learned lot of stories. For example, hundreds of stories the student would have read through. So when I ask the person, okay, can you now generate or give me a new story, means based on the stories the student have already read, from on all these things they can make a new story, right? So that's how generative AI is also going to work on. So that's what, like when I ask a new story, means from the stories the already the person have learned or read, they can able to create a new stories by the influence of the data or the stories they have already learned. That's what exactly generative AI is also doing. So what are the different things the generative AI can create? As I told you, it can able to generate the text generation and example a full explanation. For example, if I'm asking what is machine learning, it can help me to understand, and it can able to give me the full explanation about the machine learning. Similarly, image generation, it can able to generate image, code generation, even it can able to compose music. Yeah, as I showed you now, it can able to generate video. So all these things can be, it's not copied from anything else. Based on the training given to the model, it's generating a new thing. So how good it is, no? So here are the different type of content that can be generated by generative AI. So text. So we know we are so familiar with all this LLM kind of applications. So if I want to generate text, I can go for ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and many more are there. So images means we can go and use DALI, Midjourney. So this are all the generative AI models which is specifically for generating Nano Banana for generating images now. So music means we have this AIs, video means we have, code means we have. For all the different kinds of application, we have different kinds of generative AI models also. So how this generative AI is differing from the traditional classical AI means in machine learning, we know there are three types of machine learning: supervised, unsupervised, reinforcement learning, and all this. We make a machine learn the data, right? So we give the label data, so we know the output. So this traditional, so this machine learning and all nowadays, now it is considered to be the traditional AI because it will be doing what we already know. For example, already we are training the model based on weather prediction. So already we have given a lot of data about weather prediction. If this are the parameter, if the temperature is like this, if the humidity is like this, if the wind is like this, then it will be rain or it will not be rain. So we know the input as well as the output, and then when we give a new input, it can be able to predict it. So this is all now traditional, right? It use only either it will rain or will not rain. That's it. So this role, and otherwise you can able to do a classification. It can even say it's a cat or a dog, something like that. So all this are traditional AI, which means it focus on only we know already. But what is then deep learning means? It is somewhat bridging between this traditional AI, that is machine learning, with the generative AI. So some the deep learning models are also even traditional AI only. Say for example, image recognition, speech recognition, all these things. But the advanced level of this deep learning is what the generative AI is. So here comes the different generative AI models. Like text generation, we have different models. Audio, video, we have different models. For images, we have different models. So here, example, LLMs, diffusion models, and all. So, what is the main difference between traditional and generative AI? Is traditional AI focus on it is analyzing the existing data and it could able to do the classification, or it could able to do the prediction or decisions. So I can ask whether it is an email or not. So it will give it's a ham mail or a spam mail. So we know that either it can be ham mail or spam mail. So I can predict the house price, or it can able to categorize the image, whether it is a cat or a dog or a person or a tree or whatever it may be. So it's just able to make a decision or a prediction or a classification. But generative AI is not like that. It could able to generate, or it could able to focus on creating new content based on the learned pattern. As I told, the models here also we have deep learning models only, and it is trained on some data. So based on the trained data, it is not going to copy and give the same kind of classification or prediction, but it could able to generate a new content. So for example, we are asking a new content, write a report on this kind of on this particular topic. It could able to give you, may not this those content may not be available in the same way, but it could able to give in the customized way which we like. It could able to generate a new image, as I told, new image, new code, new music, and all these things. So here is some meaningful comparison between the traditional AI and generative AI. So traditional AI means what is the purpose? It just do decisions or predictions or a classification. But in generative AI, you could be able to generate a new content. And what kind of output it has, if you see in output type in like traditional AI, it could be able to give the labels. As I told you, either it can able to classify, or it could able to do the predictions, only that. But if you see in generative, it can able to generate all these new things, the basic like a text, image, audio, video, code, and all these things. But the learning pattern, no pattern recognition, can able to do one thing. But here you can able to by based on the learn pattern, you can able to generate a new content. And traditionally is not creative, and generative is highly creative. You can say how much it is creative nowadays. Now I just show, oh no, you could able to, even the mold book, you can able to automatically reply to the post made. You can able to automatically create a post. It can reply to the post. It can summarize content. Many things it can do, which is so creative. And the data usage, so mostly traditionally are structured data set, but in generative AI, you can see even it can understand a text, it can make audios, videos, and also diverse data set are working behind that. So example of traditional AI, you can say spam detection, fraud detection, all these things are traditional AI. But in generative AI, we have ChatGPT, Dolly, Nano Banana, Copilot, Gemini, everything. All these are the examples of generative AI. Okay, so what are the technology used behind this traditional AI and generative AI? Is in traditional AI, you know all the algorithms, right? Decision tree, regression, classification algorithms, many classification algorithms, like and then we have rule-based systems. There are also many algorithms are there. We know some of the algorithms are SVM, and random forest, ensemble models, many more, right? This also it could able to do the prediction, decision making, classifications. But in generative AI, we have the technologies like deep neural network, because generative AI is an advanced version of deep learning only. So it has a lot of transformer models, diffusion models, large language models for text generation, all this. So this are all the technology behind this generative AI, and this are all the technology behind the traditional AI, like which means machine learning. And what is its capability comparison? We'll see what it could able to do. So in traditional AI, it can able to just find whether this mail is a ham mail or a spam mail. It could able to find any fraud detection, recognize the speech, classify the images. It could able to predict the trend. So today, the profit is this much. What can be for tomorrow? Today, this kind of product sold very well. What about it in the next month? So all kinds of prediction can be done. And I can be able to predict the stock market, forecasting can be done, risk analysis can be. So these are all some of the capabilities of traditional AI like machine learning and some part of deep learning. But what can we do in generative AI? It's so interesting. Even it is helping nowadays in writing the research paper. It is doing a lot of comparison. It is generating many different kinds of code, creating market content. It is replying for a mail. Everything can be done. So every new kind of automations, everything, Multibook is an example for such kind of automations and all these things. So these are the capabilities between the traditional AI and generative AI. So here is an activity for traditional AI and generative AI. So I can ask in traditional AI, whether the student will be passing for this in semester exam or not. This kind of predictions can be done in traditional AI, but in generative AI, I can help the student in for their preparation of their exam. I can help them for in a personalized study plan and all these things. So this is somehow it's an example how traditional AI where it can be used and where I can use generative AI and all. And so I hope you got some basic idea again what generative AI can be doing when compared to traditional AI. And here are the different types of generative AI models. So generative AI is also a type of like under artificial intelligence we have machine learning. Under machine learning we have deep learning. Under deep learning we have generative AI. So generative AI uses different types of deep learning models to generate this text, image, audio, video, and many more. So each model have their unique working mechanism. So here are some main important types of generative AI model. So first one is generative adversarial network is a type of generative AI. Diffusion model is a type of generative AI. Variational autoencoder is a type of generative AI. And finally, transformer models. It's a very well known transform models with lot of facilities and features inside like self-attention and all these things. So these are the very important types of generative AI models. So if time permits, we'll see the different types in other video. Hope you have understood what is generative AI is and how it is differing from the traditional AI. Thank you. God bless you.